In March 2026, the CEO of the biggest dating company in the world stood on a stage and promised something strange. Not more matches, fewer. His new AI would study you, your answers, even your camera roll, and then give you what he called a drop or two of recommendations. Not a feed, a drop. The company that invented the endless swipe is now selling you the end of the endless swipe. Why? Because their own data shows what scientists have known for years. The machine built to help people find each other has been teaching people to reject each other. You're not single because you haven't found the right person. You're single because the algorithm found too many of them. For 20 years, dating apps ran on the bio. A few photos, 100 words about hiking and tacos. That era is over. The new AI matchmakers don't ask who you are, because you'll lie. Not on purpose. You say you have no type. Your swipe history says otherwise. So the machine stopped listening to what you say and started watching what you do. Your messages, your behavior, your photo library, and from all that, they compute a number. 99% compatible. By last year, more than half of all daters were using AI tools. Up 300% in a single year. AI writes the profile, AI picks the photos, AI drafts the first message, and on the other side, another AI reads it. Two algorithms flirting, two humans waiting to hear how it went. But here's the trap inside a 99% match. If the algorithm found this person, it can find another one. There's always a better option, one swipe away. The technology that promised to end your search made sure it never ends. This isn't a theory, it's been measured. In 2000, two psychologists set up a jam tasting table in a grocery store. Some shoppers saw 6 jams, others saw 24. The big table drew a bigger crowd, but the people who saw only 6 jams actually bought, at 10 times the rate. More choice, less commitment. Okay, but jam is jam. People are different, right? No. In 2020, researchers ran the same experiment with dating profiles, and they found something they called the rejection mindset. As people moved through profiles, they got colder. By the end, their chance of accepting someone had dropped 27%. Same quality of people. The only thing that changed was how many they had already seen. Every profile you skip makes the next one easier to skip. Rejection becomes a habit. And the cruel part? The people who rejected the most were less happy with the ones they finally picked. The human brain handles about 20 to 50 options. That's a village, a workplace. Your phone offers you millions. We broke the limit of human choice and then hired an AI to pour in more. Here's the equation that doesn't balance. The options are infinite. Your life is not. Math has a name for this, the optimal stopping problem. At some point, you have to stop searching and choose. Knowing better options might exist. The math says the search must end. The app is built so it never does. Because inside the app, leaving costs nothing. Swiping is free. Ghosting is free. A person who cost you nothing to find costs you nothing to throw away. And that's what digital ghost really means. Your matches aren't people yet, they're previews. You judge the preview, you delete the preview, and the actual human never enters the room. And desire needs scarcity. You can't long for something that comes with unlimited replacements. A 99% match with infinite alternatives means less to your heart than one improbable stranger with none. The algorithm optimized everything, except the one thing that mattered. Now the real question, if this system fails so reliably, why does it exist? Follow the money. A dating app has a built-in problem. Success kills the customer. Every real couple deletes the app, twice. So the perfect user isn't the one who finds love. It's the one who almost finds it, forever. Hopeful enough to come back, unsatisfied enough to keep scrolling. The rejection mindset isn't a bug, it's the engine. But by 2025, the engine started to break. 79% of users reported dating fatigue. The market stalled. Revenue at the biggest company flatlined. A whole generation looked at the endless scroll of perfect strangers and felt nothing. That's why the CEO stood on that stage promising a drop or two. Not because they read the psychology papers, because burnout doesn't pay for premium. The companies that sold you infinite choice are now selling you the cure for infinite choice. And one last number. Most daters now use AI themselves, but say they'd reject a match who did the same. Everyone's using the machine. Everyone's disgusted by it. Everyone thinks they're the last real person in the room. So what's the way out? Not deleting the apps. Understanding what the algorithm got wrong about love. The whole system assumes compatibility is something you find. Somewhere out there is a person shaped to fit you, and the job is search. But decades of relationship research say the opposite. Happy couples aren't better matched than the couples who failed. What they share isn't a score, it's a decision. Compatibility isn't found, it's built. By two imperfect people who stopped searching and started constructing. The certainty comes after the commitment, not before, which means your perfect match isn't waiting in the queue. They don't exist yet. They're created years after you choose someone imperfect. The algorithm can't compute that. The answer isn't in the data. It's in what you do after you stop scrolling. Remember the jam table. 6 options sold 10 times more than 24. Not because the jam was better, because 6 was few enough to let a choice feel like a choice, instead of a loss. The algorithm found you too many people. Choosing one anyway is the last move it can't make for you.